Okay, I was trying to do this on my computer, but for some reason it's just like not recording anything. But today I am going to combine my two passions, which are cooking and reptiles. I'm going to be making a loaf of bread and a few bread bowls. The recipes come straight out of my cookbook, so if you like this, hit me up. Maybe we can talk about getting you one. I kind of already started before I realized that my computer pooped out on me. So what you're going to do is you're going to take 2 cups of warm water, maybe at like roughly 100 degrees, and then you're going to take 5 tablespoons of white sugar and whisk that in so that it melts, and then dump that into your mixing bowl. And after that, you are going to use 2 tablespoons of active yeast. I use instant yeast just because it's easier. And it takes like 10 minutes instead of an hour, but it's up to you. So there's my 2 tablespoons, right? And then you take your handy dandy whisk and you just kind of whisk it lightly. Whisk all your yeast in there so that it just kind of like, I don't know, forms better. And then you're gonna let it proof for maybe 20-ish minutes until the top of it looks like foam. And I will show you that when I get to it. So once you hit that point, you're gonna take and you're gonna turn your mixer on to, I don't know, let's say 2, right? Make sure it's locked, because if it's not locked, you're gonna have a very bad day. And then you are going to take a 1/4 cup of oil, right? I like olive oil just because it makes the bread like super smooth, but I don't have any olive oil right now, so I'm going to use canola oil because I'm a rebel. And then you're going to take your 1/4 cup of oil, just dump it in there. You are going to take, sorry about that, you are going to need 3 tablespoons of salt. So just dump them in. Go on. 2 and 3. You're gonna need 6 cups of flour, which ridiculous, I know, but you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Joanna is not making this easy. Look, who's this? Come back up here. Come back up here. Come on. Right. I can have my arm. And then you're going to do 6 cups. Hey! I need 6 cups, right? That's almost 4 cups. It's a 4-cup measuring cup, so I need to do a couple. Best way to see if you have the right amount, get down to eye level. Make sure it's flat. 4 cups. Hey, Joanna, you can't. So there's. I had to put Joanna away because she was not having it. She kept climbing down my back. But whatever, because I need both hands to knead anyway. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your cutting board or your counter or your table or whatever. I just use my cutting board because I have kids and dogs, and no matter how much I clean my counters and tabletops, they will never be clean. So you're going to take your cutting board or whatever and you're going to flour it so that the dough doesn't stick, and just kind of move it around a little bit so it's in a big area. You're gonna take your dough and take your dough, just dump it right there. Oh no, you fell. So you're gonna take your dough, put it right there, sprinkle the top of it a little bit more with flour, just kind of move it around. And you're just going to take the heels of your hands and just kind of massage it. Pick it up, move it, massage it. Pick it up, move it, massage it. Pick it up, kind of like fold it over, you know, when you're moving it. And what you're doing right now is you're activating the gluten so that it rises right and tastes like bread, you know? And you just do this for like 5 or 10 minutes or so. Or if you're like me and you have really bad arthritis in your hands and wrists, just go until you feel like your hands are gonna fall off. And you just need kneaded enough. You are going to take and just kind of plop it back in your bowl. Form it into a ball like this. Take a little bit more oil and oil up your bowl so that it doesn't stick. I put way too much oil. You just kind of go around with the oil so that it doesn't stick. Dump out the excess. And you just take your bowl and plop. And then you're gonna wanna cover it with like cheesecloth or a kitchen towel or something like that. Just to keep like stuff out of it. Make sure it stays warm and stuff like that. What I do though is I put it in the microwave and just let it sit there until it's doubled in size. Okay, so now that your dough has at least doubled in size, you are going to flour your cutting board some more. And I'm sorry for all the noise. We are getting solar panels installed today, so ignore the banging as best you can. And then once that's all refloured, you're just gonna dump your dough out. And then this is enough for 2 loaves or 1 loaf and 3 bread bowls. So you're just gonna go ahead and cut it in half. This is not the proper tool to do this with, just in case you were curious. Starting to scare Joanna, so she got put away. Okay, so you're gonna cut it in half, and then you're kind of gonna like lightly knead each half again. And take your loaf pan, grease it, spray it, or use flour or shortening, and just go around it. Make sure it's non-stick, or you're gonna destroy your bread. Okay, so you are going to kind of just make like a loaf shape. And drop it in your bread pan, kind of smush it down a little bit so it like fills it up, kind of like that. Okay, then you're just going to take your knife and score it so that it has a place to stretch when it rises some more. Just going to score it just like that, and pop it back in your microwave. Let it sit for another half hour or so. While that's rising, take your other half, cut it into roughly equal thirds, and then form them into balls like that. And then you're going to score these as well. My bread bowls, I like to score with an X for no other reason than they do it at Disneyland. And then let these rise for about an hour as well. Okay, so now that your bread has like proofed and stuff like that and risen again, They should look like this. And then you're just going to preheat your oven to 375 and pop them in for 40 minutes.